So to create the isometric drawings, I mean renderings using D5 render, we have to um, we have to use this to create isometric render. So I'm gonna um, copy this, and then I have northwest over here. So first rotate this by 135, unselect everything and select again, and then click on this axis over here, which is this red arc over here, and type minus 54.74 over here. So now if I look at it from the top, this should match with the drawings over here. So now I can just isolate this geometries. So that's the only geometries that I see. And then I'm going to disconnect VPN over here. If you remember, D5 Blender doesn't really work well if you're using the VPN. So disconnect if you're using them off campus, and left click on this to start the D5 render. I'm gonna click on the new project. So now this is what I see to begin with. I'm just gonna kind of create this over here and bring this to the side. And what I would like to make sure is to turn off this terrain over here first, and then click on this HDRI, and then click on the sun. And this sun disk radius should be always 0. And then click on this custom for the directions. So now altitude is 45, and azimuth could be 45 as well. So in this PDF, I'm actually this is different. This should be azimuth, and this should be altitude over here for D5 render. And then, so that looks good. And I'm gonna click on the effect and check this exposures and kind of bring the exposure down a little bit. So that's probably good somewhere over there. I'm going to reduce this bloom over here, and shadows, something like this probably, and highlights, this is okay. So in here, I forgot earlier, but like I want to make sure in the HDRI, I have pure white selected like this. And the other things I want to do is to apply the materials to the windows over here. So this is where I forgot to assign the materials in Rhino. So I'm gonna go back to Rhino over here. Okay, so in this here, Windows, this is something that I have to apply different materials for this. So what I'm going to do is number 1. And so this is the predefined textured items. So I'm gonna copy this, Control C, and then I'm going to just paste this over here. So now I have these. objects over here. What I'm gonna do is to go to this guy over here, and this is the window. So these are the guys over here. So I'm gonna apply the material. That's one of these from one of these custom materials over here. So that is grid one. So I'm just gonna put that in. Click OK. And also I'm gonna apply different material to the window frame as well. So I'm gonna left click here, material, click on the grid 2, and click OK. So now I'm gonna come back over here, and then now I can just select all the windows and click on the assets, and I'm gonna apply something like this, transparent. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna try this over here. Left click and apply the windows, so that shows up. I'm gonna also apply something for the window frame as well. Let's see, maybe metal, polished metal. Okay, something like middle stainless steel might be good. So I'm going to apply that to all of the window frames over here. Okay. So now I have all that applied. That looks fine. So I'm gonna go to camera, top view. Okay. And let's see, I'm going to increase the light a little bit more. If you click here, there is a couple different options. So background, I want that to be black. So that's what this background does over here to there. So I'm gonna put that into black. And skylight, I'm gonna increase that a little bit more. Let's see. And yeah, sunlight intensity could be a little bit more. Okay, let's just say this is what we are looking for, and I'm going to render it, this image. So click on this image icons over here. I'm gonna render at 16K, I think. I want to make sure all these things are checked as well. And then aspect ratio original is okay. And I'm gonna hit this render icon. And I'm gonna save this on the desktop. Isometric. The render folder. Okay, save. Okay, now it finished renderings. It took about 20 minutes. I'm just gonna close this over here. And all the renderings is in here. So this is what I just rendered. So I'm going to open Illustrator over here. And I'm gonna open all the PDF that I saved from, exported from Rhino earlier. And then I'm going to select everything. I'm gonna change the name. This is medium. Medium. Left click over here, these 3 lines, and click on making sure that paste remembers layers is on. Now I'm going to select everything, Control C. So Control C, Control C. Now I'm gonna go to this heavy PDF file over here and press Control F. So that's Control F. And then that will paste the lines, medium layer lines from the other file in the same exact positions. So I'm gonna close this now and repeat the same things for all the other files over here. Okay, so I have all the layers in the one file, heavy file over here, and I'm gonna change the name of the layer 1 to heavy. And I'm gonna go apply the line weight. So left click on this circle for the heavy. Heavy is 1 point over here. And medium is going to be 0.5. Medium light is going to be 0.35. So I have to type that in, 0.35. And light ground is 0.15. 0.5, and then light will be 0.15 over here. Okay, so that is probably good. And then I'm gonna go bring this renderings to this layer. So left click and drop to bring it here. Okay, so I'm going to click on this icon and shift left click to proportionally scale this down over here. And I'm going to bring this layer to the bottom, and I'm going to call this to the image. Okay, and I am going to lock all the layers except this one. And so if I left click and press shift, I can rotate in 180 degrees precisely, and I'm going to press shift and left click to scale this down again. So let's see over here. Okay. One things that might help to do this when I'm doing this, I'm gonna turn off all the lines. If I create this kind of square over here, and then if I select that square, just a line, and then the image, and then if I go into object and clip in mask and make, that will kind of clip the image, which might be easier for us to be able to adjust the image to the drawings over here. Let's see. So a little bit smaller. I think it's almost there though. So yeah, it's like it seems like oops. Almost there. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. That's probably good. So then once I'm finished adjusting them, I can select this image, right click, release clip and mask. And that's how you can that might be a little bit easier to adjust things. I'm gonna type Control R and right click over here, change this units to inches. So this is 17 by 11 inches. And while I have this frame selected, I'm gonna change this width of this to 16 and then 10 over here. So then I'm going to create another layer called frame. And I'm gonna move this to that layer over here. And then I'm just gonna move this to the center positions. Let's see. I'm gonna hide, I think, everything else. And then let's set this to X and Y. So half of the 17 is 8.5. So that's fine, 8.5. And then half of 11 is 5.5. So that. So then this frame is in the middle of the 11 by 17 and bring everything back on. So now I have this frame over here. I'm going to select the image and the frame together and create the clip and mask again. So that kind of background image gets cut off at that point. And in here, you might notice that the lines are sort of kind of coming out. So that's a light ground over here. So I'm going to select this and click on the scissors, which should be somewhere over here. So scissors, and I'm going to just click on at the intersections to delete that. Okay, yep. Okay, so now I have this cut it out. So this should be okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. So sometimes it looks like I missed something over here. So this line should be medium like this over here. I'm going to, instead of going back to Rhino and do this, and you can do that too, but I'm gonna just create new layers over here and click on, you have to lock all the other layers so you're not messing with them, but create new layers and click on this pen tool over here and click over here and click over here to draw a line like this over here. And then I'm just gonna change that to 0.5. So now that looks a little bit better over there. Yeah. So one last things I would do before finishing this drawings is to click on the rendering, background renderings over here, and then change the opacity to 45%. And that will bring up that will make it easier to read the line weights and all the other drawings. So I just also realized that I'm missing a line over here. So I'm just gonna copy this to over here like this. And yeah, that should be it. And yeah, that's what the hybrid isometric drawing should look like. Thanks.